Me and Jason are here.
Yeah, this is a post podcast, but it's a pre-podcast for you.
Shut the hell up, bro. The point of this is we essentially want you guys to dive into this episode with an open mind.
It's a crazy episode.
It's a crazy ass episode.
We go left, right, up, down, side to side, bro.
Yeah,
circles, squares.
It's essentially an episode.
Triangles, hexagons,
bro,
octagons.
Shut up.
Decagons, cubes, triangular prisms.
Go, say it, because you're fucking triangular prisms, like the size of my fucking nose. Anyways, so we definitely want you guys to listen to this episode with open mind and just enjoy it with us, because we for sure enjoyed
making it.
Yeah, making it. We enjoyed talking, just diving into the mind, and shit was crazy. So now let's dive into it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to My Room's a Mess. This is Jason and Victor.
You get me tight, bro. Yo, this dude had playing some stupid ass high frequency shit that blasted my ears and made me cry 2 seconds ago. And then he wants to hop on the mic like if nothing fucking happened. Cockhead. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? We're back. We're better than ever. Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of consistency. We're so proud of ourselves. It's been a fucking journey. I still fucking hate this kid. It pisses me off. My ears still are ringing. I feel like I just jumped out of an airplane. I feel like I was, take off on a plane, bro.
That is the sound that it makes, bro. The frequencies just change like that quickly, bro.
Man, bro.
Because you're moving so fast, bro. Yo, bro, it's mad cool to hear all those different sounds mad quick, bro.
No,
it starts at a low frequency, even though like it's hard for us to hear those frequencies. It starts mad slow, and it goes.
Yo, don't do it again, bro.
I can't do it with my mouth, you stupid.
Yo, but this man pisses me off. But yo, it's been, oh man, this podcast journey has been so fucking great. It's been so amazing, and it's been just so much fun. I feel like just talking to Jason every week, talking to our guests every week, we've grown as people,
as individuals. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I'm taking great strides to not only bettering my life, bettering myself, physically, mentally, spiritually. It's just been so much fun just doing this shit. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing time, and me and Jason, we talk every day.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, we talk every day, all day. Not all day, but we talk all the time, and we're always talking about different things. We're always talking about how to better the podcast, how to do this, how to do that. And we dived into a conversation that had my mind spinning. It literally, I was like, wow, why didn't we record this, bro?
Yo, but I mean, it wasn't even like we were supposed to have that conversation, bro. You just asked me a question.
And then it went on to the journey, bro, of consciousness, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Consciousness
is like a weird topic, bro, because it's like you can't really what is it?
Well, I know we can't really explain it.
Like what is it?
So the way I think of consciousness is like, all right, if you're staring at something, you stare at something, bro.
Okay.
Right? You stare at it and you just focus on it. That person talking in your head is you.
Okay.
And you're just looking at this world in the eyes of a vessel, which is your body,
okay,
bro.
Okay,
you get me? That thing inside you is your consciousness. You're aware of what's going on. So
is that different from the subconscious?
Nah, I want to get into that too. So I feel like the subconscious is always working, but it's not the one that it's thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if you think of consciousness, bro, like, are you conscious when you're asleep? Nah, right?
No, I don't think so.
You're asleep, so you're not looking at anything. So if consciousness is you looking at something, and whatever you say, the person in the back of your head is
not the back of your head, in your head.
In your head, or the person in your head.
Well, what I meant is if you're alone,
okay,
and you just stare at the wall or something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be silence. You're gonna hear yourself.
You hear yourself. I mean, there's never such thing as pure silence, though.
Yeah, you're gonna hear yourself.
I mean, literally, you can't have pure silence.
Bro, what I mean is bro, if you're here, I'm not if
speaking
you're not,
to me?
yeah, I'm speaking to you right now.
But the fan, bro, the like I said before, the earth has a frequency. You could probably hear the
birds chirping or whatever. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But what I mean is if you're by yourself,
yeah,
and you're not you don't have to talk to anyone.
Okay.
And you're just in yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just in your head.
Yeah.
You're talking to yourself. You're aware of what's going on.
Okay.
You're aware of everything around you.
So conscious is being aware. I was looking this up because bro, this honestly, it's a crazy ass question.
What is consciousness? Yeah, I searched it up too.
Because it's not like consciousness connects to so much more than just like
being aware. I'm being simple.
Because like they try to break it down to a science. Like there's like mad like psychologists and people that study the brain and the way that the brain works. They have like fMRI. I don't remember what it is, but it's like basically it tracks the blood flow of your brain while you're thinking. So it'll be like if while I'm thinking, right, there's blood flowing through my brain and it's causing all these thoughts. And there's electricity moving through my brain and it's causing all these thoughts. And they try to connect the way that physically our brain works to the way our consciousness works. Because they like to separate.
Makes sense.
Like, do you think there's a separation between your body and your consciousness?
Yeah, that's why I think this is where, like, you know, you talk about subconscious. I think your subconscious is always there. Yeah. And I think it comes in when your conscious shuts off in a way. You know what I mean? Like if you're sleeping or if you're like too drunk or something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because physically you're still moving and stuff, but you're not aware of what's going on. Because like my mom tells me, like, sometimes I'll be talking in my sleep, bro.
I mean,
and I don't know I'm doing that. It's just like I'm subconsciously talking in my sleep, bro.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm aware of my surroundings. Like, I know I'm like, or whatever. I know I'm at, like, if I'm sleeping over your crib or something, I know I'm in your house, but I'm not thinking of that because I'm asleep. My body's like off. But subconsciously, I know I'm at your house. I know like if I have to move and get comfortable, I don't have to wake up, move and get comfortable. I have to just like, I know like, oh, I'm sleeping on Jason's couch. I just have to move over to the side. All right. You get me? Because I wake up sometimes like, and I'm on a different position, but like, how the fuck did I not fall off the couch or fall off my bed?
I mean, your body knows like its boundaries sometimes. I mean, there's definitely like I've fallen off my bed before.
Yeah, me too. But what I'm saying is like it doesn't happen all the time.
So you think your body is that different from your regular consciousness? Like when you're awake, is that different from when you're awake?
I think that's why like being raised a certain way subconsciously affects you. Like that's why you grow in personalities. Like you. Like I always talk about the snowball effect. Yeah. How like your personality is a snowball and it just keeps picking stuff up and keeps growing and growing and growing as you go through life. Yeah. So that's what I feel like your subconscious like does. You know what I mean? Like
it grows.
Throughout.
So you don't think your subconscious is just there all the time, bro?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, there all the time, but
it's there all the time, but not that it's already made. Like it's already it. You know, like when you're born, your subconscious is already because like if you think of it like this, bro. Because I think of consciousness in a way that it's like you can separate it from yourself, like my human life, my personality.
Okay.
And because like I don't know if you've ever felt this before, where you're just sitting there and you're just like, yo, like I don't feel like myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
It's like I feel like my personality is just put inside this body and this person called Jason, right? Yeah. But I'm not it. That's not me. That's something else. That's just a part of me. It's like a reflection.
You're just living in it?
Am. Yeah, like I'm just living in it. So then I think, all right, does that mean my consciousness expands more than just to myself? And if that's true, then somewhere else my consciousness is there. Like it's there. I mean, it gets crazy because I like the conversation of consciousness, bro, because it connects to both, or I guess all three. It connects to philosophy because a lot of the philosophers psychology, which is sciences. Mm-hmm. And like crazy theories like you talking about like astrology and stuff like that. Yeah. Like the way that the universe is set up. Like I mean I was thinking about this yesterday, bro, because
I was thinking of like when you said astrology, I was thinking like zodiac signs, things like that.
Okay, stuff like that. Like I think that consciousness could even expand onto that. Like that's how crazy. Yeah. How much I've thought about
like
this.
what your moon is or what your sun is or like you know how the time when you were born determines on like how you are as a person, things like that. Because those shits are crazy. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but those shits are crazy, bro. The like the horoscopes, bro.
Yeah. Let me explain. Factual, let me explain it, bro.
Go.
It's crazy because it's true. I mean, sometimes it could just be bullshit. Like it's not like straight up facts. Sometimes it can be bullshit.
They're broad.
But there's that's the way that's the name of the game. Like I always think of it like it could be both sides. It could be either somebody's just making a broad ass statement, just trying to make you, and then you try to fit your life into that.
Yeah. Or you think of situations that fit to that.
Dude, that's kind of true. This happened. This blah blah. It could be some bullshit, bro. But there are times, bro, where I'm not even thinking of something, and I'll read the horoscope or whatever, the astrology thing, and then like I'm going through my day, and then I'll realize whatever it said happened. and I'll be like,
and you'll flash back to the horoscope,
and I'll be like, yo, see, but then again, is that just me fitting myself into that, or is it me, or is it actually true?
Yeah.
So then I think
but then you'll never know, bro.
Obviously, you'll never know. Then I think, all right, so like the way that they predict that stuff is whatever, the way that the moon and the planets are all aligned and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's true, if they can predict my mood and the way that I act, basically how conscious I am, how I'll act, how my consciousness will act through the moon and the sun, whatever how they're looking at, bro. If that's so true, does that mean my consciousness connects to the universe? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Like the way that the stars, saying. That's what I mean. Like it goes, like the way that my brain, like I was saying, the psychologist, the way that my brain works scientifically, bro. It's like working, blah, 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 blah. Like the blood's flowing, electricity is moving through my head, and I'm creating a thought. Yeah. And I'm predicting. Like I was listening to a podcast, one of the Bill Nye podcasts, bro.
I gotta hop on that podcast. You talk about it a lot.
Yeah, it's a really good podcast. They have like crazy conversations. They talk about like space and stuff. They talk about psychology. They talk about like regular sciences, like chemistry and stuff like that. They literally go everywhere. They even had they had a philosopher come on.
Yeah, bro. It went crazy,
bro. I mean, yo, it's just crazy because like all these smart people just come on and they've like studied. This is like what they study, bro. Yeah. So I was listening a lot to the psychology ones. This is the reason I wanted to have this conversation. Like when you asked me, I was like, yo, I had already been thinking about this stuff, like, bro, because the philosophy, the science, and everything. Like, I don't even know where to start, bro.
It's the reason why I want to talk about this is because like I was listening to a podcast, right?
Okay.
And the guy, he's like a conspiracist or whatever, and he talked about. I was trying to find the podcast. I just when I find it, I'll let you know. You gotta listen to it. Oh, I texted you the other day.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but whatever. He talks about how like, bro, I was listening to it, and he's talking about like 9/11 or whatever, how it's like fake or whatever. I was just like, oh, this shit's kind of cool, whatever. I was listening to it, and half of the podcast, like hour and a half in, he's just talking about like conspiracies. And then he dives into like, the guy asked him like, dude, like you were like considered crazy, you know, they were calling him crazy, and they were calling him like a wacko. And then all of a sudden like people started believing him, and like he became like this big huge like conspiracy guy. And like, bro, the guy talks about how like he's like, cause like you stop caring once you realize that you're just like living this life is the extra part, your consciousness. And I started thinking like, what the fuck does that mean?
But
bro?
What about your consciousness?
Yeah, and he was saying that like once you become aware that you're just you're just a thing inside, like you're a soul,
the body.
Yeah, inside a body, and you're just aware of what's going around you. Like that's why you're able to like move your hands and stuff, because your brain is just aware of what's going on. I was like, what the hell? And I started thinking like mad hard, like, bro, that's crazy. Like we're just aware beings. What the difference between like a cat and us? Obviously there's physical stuff that's different, but like a cat is just living. We are conscious that that's a cat. We're humans. The world is the world. Right. Like we are aware of our surroundings. We're aware of what's going on.
I don't 100% agree with that though. I think that there's levels of consciousness, because I say we're more conscious than a cat, but I don't think a cat is unconscious. I think a cat knows what it's doing. Like when a cat sees whatever, like you're putting a laser at it, it's seeing that it's something's there, and it's like, oh, I want to attack this. Yeah, that's still it's making a conscious decision.
That's not. I think that's more instinct, bro. Because we have instincts ourselves. Yeah, like that's why like facts, we feel like we're right now. The room is calm, bro. Right? Okay. We're chill vibe of just between me and you, right? But if like let's say like I don't know someone was in here and he had a bad vibe, we'd feel it, bro. Okay. You know, cause I feel like that's the instinct part that's like in our brain still, because we're animals essentially at the end of the day. Yeah. And but I feel like a cat, the reason why it's attacking the laser, we're not gonna attack the laser, bro, because we know it's a fucking light being projected from a pen or whatever it's being projected from. We're conscious, we're aware that it's being projected that's from there. A cat thinks it's just a thing that's moving around really fast, and it wants to like instinctively it wants to just attack that thing, because it's like, oh shit, like the same way like you don't have a cat. My cat, bro, like a little fly comes into the house, the cat makes random ass noises, bro. Like I've had that cat since it was a baby, bro. Yeah, maybe bro like and I've never, bro, whenever there's a fly, thing makes noises that I've never seen it make, bro, but it just does. It's instinctively like it's making like exorcist noises, bro. I mean, and then it's chasing the fly, bro, because it wants it instinctively. It wants the fly.
All right, but you don't think that your cat ever makes decisions for itself? Like what like you said, bro, he sleeps on your chest, right? But he's probably comfortable there. He's probably sleeping somewhere like, damn, this is kind of uncomfortable, bro. And I feel more comfortable when I'm sleeping on Victor's chest, so he goes onto your chest and sleeps there.
Yeah, he sleeps either on my feet or on my chest.
Is that instinct, or is that just him making the decision that he wants to be more comfortable and sleep on your chest?
I mean, I think it's just, so I'm not saying animals are like all instinct. I'm saying it's...
That's what I mean. So when it's not instinct, is that consciousness? And yeah, I agree. We're more conscious because we have our like the ability to think, you know, and like make coherent like sentence. We can speak.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Cats can be communicating to each other, and we just don't know. We don't speak that language or whatever. But more likely than not, we're better at communicating than they are.
Yeah.
So when we have an idea, what do? I just speak to you. I flap my lips at you.
Yeah.
And make vibrations with my throat, and I speak with you. And that's me making a conscious decision to use my body and the way that my body works to speak with you.
I think the difference is, so if I'm uncomfortable, I consciously know to get myself comfortable. Yeah. I think my cat, since he was a baby, has been sleeping next to me, right? And so like it's just it's not that he's conscious, oh, I'm more comfortable sleeping here. I think it's just he's used to sleeping with me, and that's where he gets his good sleep. So it's you know what I'm saying? Just like a dog.
You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you're sleeping on the floor, bro, right, and you're like, damn, bro, I'm used to sleeping on my bed and it's more comfortable there. You're gonna go to your bed. It's the same thing.
I mean, so like I think it's just that's why we're able to train like dogs and cats. Okay. Because it's just through repetition, they'll just do it.
You don't think they train humans, bro? What do you think the government does to us, bro?
Yeah, obviously there's like subconscious things. Like for example, like subconsciously we may not be looking at that billboard that has the iPhone in it. Yeah. But we are looking at it. But you know, even if you're looking straight, you're not looking to the left or to the right, wherever the billboard is. Yeah. Subconscious. That's why it's great marketing to have it around the city, because it's right there. But you don't have to see it. But then you walk past it, and then all of a sudden you're like, yo, I need a new phone. No, like my phone's cracked, bro. Like,
I mean, your phone's cracked. Just
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, like you just start thinking about stuff like that. So like I was watching this video of, just to hop on like the like how you're talking about how like people like can So the guy goes. So, bro, they pick up these artists from a taxi ride, and the guy's, like, taking them, whatever. And then, bro, so basically he gets there. He's like, oh, draw me, like, whatever you want of, like, a zoo, right? Of, like, an image of a zoo, like a picture for the zoo. And he draws it. Then he's like, wow, this is amazing. The guy's telling him, wow, this is amazing. This is exactly what we wanted. And he opens an envelope of what he drew, right? Of what he drew beforehand. And they drew the exact same thing as the guy drew like the day before. And the way they subconsciously did that, he was like, you don't understand how much work we put into that. He's like, from the moment we picked you up, we put subconscious thoughts, subconscious like images in your heads from the taxi ride into the building. So bro, everything that they saw around them had the images of what they wanted. So subconsciously they drew that, because that's what they were thinking, but they didn't know they were thinking, because they weren't conscious of that.
So they made them think that.
Yeah, they made them think that. So that's what I'm saying, like the iPhone thing, that's why we're like, we want the iPhone or we want Pepsi or whatever, because subconsciously we're not thinking of that, but subconsciously the mind's aware that that's there, and then it puts it in our head, but we're just not thinking of it. If that makes any sense, bro.
All right, yeah, okay. I feel like we've kind of like jumped around a lot to a lot of things.
Sorry, and just to answer your that's why I think that's how the government can control you, through like the subconscious mind.
Okay, I mean I agree. Like consciousness can be affected or whatever, but like, where do you want to go with this conversation?
I don't know. I just want to dive into.
Do you want to answer a question, or do you want to like what do you want this outcome to be? Because like I have different ideas, and I
wanted to explore ideas.
I feel like right now we have no aim, and we're speaking. And like this is like, I feel like consciousness is mad broad, you know? Like you could talk about like what have we already talked about? We talked about how when you're drunk, you have a different type of consciousness. When you're asleep, you can be unconscious, but you still dream. Are you conscious in your dreams?
You can be. That's lucid dreams. Like you feel like you're in it. Like
you feel like you're conscious. But I mean, there's dreams where I don't feel like I'm lucid dreaming, but I still feel like I'm conscious though.
There's dreams where like I'm thinking of the stuff that I'm doing in my dreams, and then there's dreams where like I'm living it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then there's also dreams where I'm watching myself do something.
Bro, I mean, I've had dreams where I'm not even myself. Like, what is that?
Yeah, what the hell does that mean? Yeah, I've had dreams where I'm like...
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like consciousness can go anywhere, bro. Like, am I am I a consciousness inside of is it like the Matrix, bro, where we're just getting information and we're living a life in a machine and they're telling us what to do outside,
and you just don't know it? That's crazy.
Or like, am I like I told you before, the 5-minute theory of the evil genius, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's another idea of consciousness too.
Explain that for the audience. Yeah. Just the evil genius.
So I love philosophy, bro. So I had to watch the Crash Course Philosophy video. So bro, like if you ever want to learn anything for real, like Crash Course goes mad in depth with a lot of stuff.
Jason put me on to Crash Course, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, at first I was like, this man's just geeking out, nerding out, telling me some random shit. But no, truly, that is. It's fire. Yeah, like it truly, like, they have entrepreneurship, they have psychology, philosophy,
calculus,
they just
have engineering. They have so many things, bro. And the guy that owns all that stuff, Hank, bro, he really like thinks really hard about how, like, what their aim is from episode 1 to the last episode, where they're going with what they're doing and how are they going to get there and what can they do in between to help you the most to learn something.
He simplifies it in a way where it's not only entertaining to watch, but it's also educational. It's good. It's just good stuff.
And it honestly, like, it's some goofy funny stuff. Like, it's like corny, but it's still good. Like, I enjoy watching these videos. That's how I started getting into philosophy, was Crash Course Philosophy. But whatever. So I was watching this Crash Course Philosophy video, and it was talking about, like, it's basically talking about consciousness, because Rene Descartes.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah. One of my favorite philosophers. Like, he was crazy guy, bro. Like, this man was insane. Rene Descartes, like, he's the man that said, I think, therefore I am. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if a lot of people have heard that. I feel like it's a pretty common.
I think, therefore I am.
Yeah, right. Like the way he said it was cogito ergo sum. That's it in Latin or whatever. He's French. He was a French philosopher. But so what he was thinking was he was like, all right, there's times where you can't trust your senses, right? Like, especially with you, bro. You have thick ass glasses, bro. You take them shits off, you can't see. I'll be
definitely.
I'll be 50 feet away, and I'll put up 2 fingers. You'll think I'll have 3 up, or 4 or 5, or whatever. You won't even be able to see what I'm saying, how many fingers I'm holding up. Or sometimes I'll be in my room, I'll hear my mom calling me, or I'll feel my phone vibrating in my pocket. That happens to me all the fucking time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, like, all right. So if I can't trust my senses, can I trust my sight? Can I trust what I'm seeing? Can I trust this world?
I don't trust my sight, because my sight's horrible. Like, bro, without these, like, I feel like,
yeah. I mean, it's weird. Like, you just can't trust your senses, bro. It's like, so if I can't trust my senses, can I trust anything that's here?
Okay.
That was like where my philosophy started, bro. It was with that. I was just like, yo,
you felt like you weren't.
I wasn't here, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm put here, but it doesn't make any sense of why I'm here. Like, what is this even real?
Yeah.
Like, do other people have the same, like, are other people conscious? That's another question that we could dive into after this, bro. But basically, Rene Descartes was just like, yo, this is just doesn't make any sense. So what he did was he was like, the example is like, he the way that Crash Course explains it was he had a basket of apples, and these apples are his beliefs and his ideas and what he truly thinks is true.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know what was true and what wasn't true, because, like, how do you even know?
They're all apples.
Yeah, what?
Wait, what?
No.
Oh, sorry.
His beliefs are the apples. Bro.
Oh.
So like, say I believe in God, that's one of my apples. Say I believe that all people are equal.
Yeah.
That's an apple.
Sorry, I was thinking that your beliefs and non-beliefs are in the same basket, so you don't know what's true.
I mean, a non-belief is also a belief. It's just a belief to not believe in that thing.
So it's in the basket.
So it's in the basket.
Okay,
yeah. So it's your belief and non-beliefs are in this basket of apples, bro. But if an apple is near an apple, a good apple is near an apple that's not good, it's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
So the metaphor is that he dumped out. Basically, he's like, I can't believe anything until I truly get down to I have to basically check all of my beliefs, just like you would check a basket of apples to see if all the apples are good.
Yeah.
I have to check all of my beliefs and then put them back into the basket. So he dumped out all his beliefs. He basically started from square one. Was like, I don't believe anything, bro. I can't believe anything. There's no way that I can believe anything. Like, what is this, bro? This just doesn't make any sense. I just can't believe anything. Then he thought right there in that moment, bro, he was like, whoa, the fact that I'm saying I can't believe everything means cool. That I'm thinking something, that I'm something. I'm thinking, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm able to say I don't believe these things. So that means all that I really know for a fact is that I'm a thinking object in this place.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's why he says, I think, therefore I am. I am something because I am able to think.
Because you're able to think.
Yeah.
You're able to understand. You're able to. I can't put into words, but
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
you're able to, like, you're here. That's
Yeah,
his belief.
yeah.
So that was his first belief. That's where he started what he calls his foundational belief. Bro.
I think before I am.
I think therefore I, that bro.
That's cool
why,
as shit,
bro. Like, everybody has heard it, but if you listen to the story of how he got to that point, it just makes it like levels better.
Yeah,
bro. You're just like, whoa, like this dude's crazy.
I've heard you say it before, and it to me like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. But like the apples, and he dumps the apple, it makes perfect sense.
Crash course, bro. They explained that. That's how they explained it, and when they said that, I was like, whoa,
boom in your head, bro.
So all right, that's not even the reason I started that. The 5-minute theory, bro.
Okay.
That there's an evil genius.
Okay.
So this theory is that basically, so if I can't believe any of my senses are true, or I can't even believe my memories, bro, because that could be fake, right?
Yeah, because the evil genius.
Yeah, but let me explain it. So the 5-minute theory is, all right, ready? 5 minutes ago, the universe just started.
Okay.
You're here 5 minutes ago. You were born 5 minutes ago, bro. You're Victor Manuel, 21 years old, talking on the mic. We've been talking on these mics for 25 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
But you just popped into this world 5 minutes ago. So you started talking at this 20-minute mark, bro.
Okay.
So but it feels like you've been here longer, right?
It feels like,
This evil genius made it look like that, bro.
Okay.
This evil genius made it look like.
So he put all the memories in my head and shit.
This evil genius put a computer in front of you that says we've been talking for 26 minutes, but we've only been talking for 5.
All right.
So how do you even know that's true? So this Rene Descartes was like, yo, like how do I know that's not true? It could be true. I have scars on my body. I'm tall, and I have that. I even have memories in my head of me being a short little first
kid,
grader,
bro. There's pictures too.
Yeah, pictures and everything. The evil genius put it all here for you, bro.
So it looks like you've been alive, but you've been alive 5 minutes.
Been alive for 21 years or whatever. It looks like even your parents are older than that, and you got history books that say this universe is billions of years old. Yeah, but it's only 5 minutes old, bro. And how do you even know it's not true? How can you rationalize it's not true? It could totally be true. You don't know. So his thing is he just goes on this journey of like trying to disprove that by saying, all right, well, the way that Rene Descartes disproves it is like, oh, God would never put me in a place where I couldn't trust.
Brought religion into it?
He brings religion into it.
Okay.
Rene Descartes was like, his 2 fundamental beliefs were, one, I think therefore I am, and the other one is that God is like, he was a very I think he was a Catholic or Christian. He was either Catholic or Christian, but like he had those strong beliefs. He never let go.
He never lost faith.
Yeah, he never lost faith in God.
Okay.
And that's where he goes and disproves the evil genius idea. That's why I still struggle with that, because like, how do you prove God and whatever? But that's a different conversation.
That's a story for
that's a different conversation. But you see, like, these are just different ideas of consciousness, bro. Because our consciousness, I feel like I'm here, but am I really here?
Yeah.
That's why this question of what is consciousness is such a big ass question, bro.
And that's why there's so many like conspiracies on like how this life got started.
Yeah.
Like we could be like the Big Bang Theory, then there's God, but we could this could all be a fucking simulation, and we're just a computer, bro.
Yeah. And then I think, all right, what's the point of the simulation? Are we trying to learn something? Like, I might simulate an experiment. Like I do I take a simulation like an experiment in science. You do an experiment to see, like there's an experiment to say how the earth started and how life started. Yeah. The way they think of it is when the earth started, there was a lot of methane and a lot of gases that aren't here anymore. Okay. There wasn't oxygen and like carbon dioxide. There was like
nitrogen and shit.
It was like all that stuff was here, but it was in different forms, and the way that everything reacted with each other basically
created Earth.
Yeah, created life. It was like it was like boom, something like a little prokaryotic cell started life. It was like the earth was like thousands of degrees or whatever. It was basically like it was the perfect reactor to start life, and they simulate that. There's a simulation of how they started that. Okay. So if there's a simulation like that to see if the earth, this theory that the earth started this way and life started this way or whatever. So if we're in a simulation and our consciousness is just put in a simulation, are we trying to learn something? And are we who is we? Like, is it a bunch of gods trying to
figure something out?
Figure something out, or is it like like, what is it? Like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm telling you, bro. This idea of consciousness is crazy, bro.
It expands, bro.
It expands to everything, bro. Because like it like then obviously I got to a point in my life where I let the like ideas of consciousness and the like lack of explanation of these ideas
Yeah,
or
I think
these
I know
questions,
where you're going, bro.
it was just like, bro, it like swallowed me, bro. I was just like, what? I couldn't be alive, bro. I was just like, I was looking at this world and I felt like, yo, this shit doesn't make any fucking sense, man. Like,
Yeah,
what
bro.
what is
So-
going on?
So like something that I go through is let me think. Let me try to put it into words. Basically, like, bro, I struggle with like sleep because I be thinking I'm not awake. If that makes
Okay.
any sense. So like what I mean is like I feel like at a certain time in my life, I just like fell asleep or like I like was not conscious,
Mm-hmm.
and so I haven't woken up from that. So
Okay.
I be thinking like, yo, am I really awake? Like, how can I wake up? Like
Yeah.
shit like that. So like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just something I go through. Like,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, do you have more to say?
oh no, I was just gonna say like, I don't want to say it's a struggle. It's just like a thing that constantly comes to my mind,
Like
and
something
then
that
I'll just
you
ignore
think
it.
about, right?
Yeah, and I'll just ignore it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through similar things where it's just like you feel like you're floating. That's how I explain it. Like that's the
Okay.
best way I can explain it. I feel like I'm floating because I'm just here, and I'm living something. I feel like I'm living a life or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm here. All right, this is Victor. This is a microphone. I'm speaking into it, and it's for a podcast called My Room's a Mess. All right, I'm here. It feels like it,
Okay.
but am I really?
yeah.
Like this just doesn't make sense, and it feels like a dream sometimes. Like I'll be driving, and I'll get to a place, and I'm like, how the hell did I even get here, bro? Like I like there's days that so usually when I go to work, I take a right at one point, and when I go pick you up, I take a left.
Okay.
Right there's where I get to the same point.
Oh, down the hill.
Yeah,
I know what
down
you're
the
talking
hill.
about.
Yeah. So if I'm taking the left, my idea is always I'm going to Chelsea. I'm going to pick up Vic.
Okay.
Right. So it was the morning one day, and I had to get gas. And the way that I get gas is I go to the left, but instead of getting on the highway to go to Chelsea, I go on the highway to go towards Saugus and Lynn and
Yeah.
and like that, go the opposite way, but it's a different exit. And I literally got on the highway, was on my way to Chelsea. I was like, holy crap, dude. I'm going to work. Where am I going, bro? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, like, what the hell was that, bro? Like, my brain shut off. I was thinking about stuff, I was like in that dreamy mood. Like when you wake up, you're like not fully conscious, bro. You get in the shower.
Yeah.
I get in the shower and I'm like, bro, my brain still feels like I'm dreaming. So I got the like crazy dream thinking. Like that's what I call it, dream thinking, because
Okay.
I think more creatively and more like
Right when you wake up.
yeah, right when I
of
wake up. I
course,
think
yeah.
like I, creatively and like crazy, bro. Like it'll be like the most stupid. I don't even want to say it's stupid, but it's just like the most insane,
abstract,
yeah. Out of the blue, out of left field, crazy idea, bro, coming from somewhere else. But it only happens in like the first 30 minutes that I'm awake.
Yeah.
So when I get in the car and I'm driving, I'm thinking about crazy stuff, bro. I'm thinking about like, yo, all right. I mean, I be thinking about like electrons and shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I be thinking about, yo, like, is the world just a dance of electrons, bro? Is it electrons just moving around? Because the way I think is the way that the brain works is that you have neurons firing, bro. They're shooting electrons basically. They're ions that's just moving from one neuron to another, sending signals, sending movements to your muscles or whatever. And like, is this world just a dance of electrons, bro?
Yeah.
And are those connected to our consciousness, bro? Is my consciousness locked inside of these electrons, bro? Or is each neuron does it have its own consciousness, bro? Does each cell have its own consciousness? Because if you think about it, bro, what the hell we started off as cells, bro. Life started off as small prokaryotic cells.
Yeah, true.
One singular cell, and now we're millions, whatever, thousands, whatever,
trillions of years, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of years later, bro, we're a bunch of cells put together. Our skin cells are constantly changing, bro. Our muscle cells are constantly being replaced. Our brain cells are like they die and they whatever. Our cells are always being changed. Our blood cells are always changing, and all these cells once came from one cell that started life, bro, and then divided and kept dividing and kept divided. Then it got to a point where these cells started localizing and like basically taking on jobs to do these certain things. That's how you get muscle cells. They're different. They look different. They have the same, like,
They have different jobs.
yeah, they have different jobs, but they have the same inside. Like, they all have nucleus. They all have ribosomes. They all have like endoplasmic reticulum or whatever.
That's crazy. I haven't thought of
like
biology,
all
right?
all these cells, bro, have all these things, but they all change to do a different job. And how did they change? How did they know to change to do that? How did they know to change to become a brain cell? And why does my brain cell cause me to be able to think about these things?
Okay.
While my muscle cell in my calf or whatever, all it can do is flex and make me walk. Like, what? Like, is that what it is? Or like, oh my God, bro, I'm telling you, I could literally talk for 5 hours, bro.
That's crazy. No, what you got me thinking is, I think it's just I believe it's Sir Isaac Newton talks about like evolution and how like animals and stuff adjust to their
I don't want to correct you, but I'm gonna correct you. Isaac Newton is he was a physicist. Well, he started physics and said the laws of gravity and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, correct.
Who's evolution is Charles Darwin.
He's Darwin,
the one,
bro.
Yeah, he did the finches.
The finches, in the
Galapagos
Galapagos Islands. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So I think through time, like those cells just adapted to, like.
So you think the cells are evolving as well?
Yeah,
and they because birds and trees and everything is made out of cells too.
So I think they just evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like I like they evolved for their job or whatever.
Yeah. So does that, all right. So then I think,
or to adapt with the environment.
So then I think, all right, before human beings, right? Okay. Conscious human beings, there were still cells. There were still cells doing stuff and changing and evolving into certain things.
Okay.
But there was no conscious being, I guess. Like, if you want to call it that. Like if there's dinosaurs, right?
There is dinosaurs, right? They found fossils, right?
Yeah, that's a
thing.
5-minute theory, bro.
Oh, okay.
That could be fake.
All right.
But if you take it to be true, and there's dinosaurs and there's fossils or whatever, then all right. If you take that to be true, there's dinosaurs. Are dinosaurs like cats and like dogs, where they're like animals and they don't know what they're doing, but they have an instinct to do these certain things? Were those animals conscious? Because they're animals as well. There was plants back then. Were those
reptilians, right?
Yeah, reptilians. Like alligators are considered like the oldest animals. Like those, they came. There's like closest thing to dinosaurs that we have.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro, because I wasn't around.
I mean, you can't answer those questions. That's what I mean. But if they were conscious and smart like we are, they would be able to create what we have created,
or adapt with they wouldn't have just died out.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. I mean, you never know. Like, if a meteor hit us, bro, we're all dead. Like, I guess we could try to stop the meteor. Like, we have the ability to think
it or something.
Shift
it.
Like if you ever watch Armageddon, bro, the movie.
Yeah,
that's the
whole
movie,
thing.
Bro.
Yeah, with Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah, they blow up
and he
So I guess we have the ability to protect ourselves from a meteor or whatever. But that's what I mean. If a dinosaur
kills himself at the end.
Yeah. Like he sacrifices himself for the whole world, and then everybody's like, "Woo!" It's a good movie, bro.
And then
it's a feel good movie, bro. I love that movie.
Yeah. All right, you continue.
But yeah, so if dinosaurs were conscious and they could think the way that we have thought that we think, right? They would have been able to create what we've created, no?
Yeah.
I mean, right? If they're smart like us, they could. All right. Then I think, all right, what if they were conscious and then they just didn't have the ability? Like, we have thumbs and they didn't have. They didn't have thumbs. Or you think a T-Rex can build a house the way that we build a house, bro? Nah, with those little ass arms, bro.
I'm telling you, I think they're just creatures that were all instinct all the time. Like, bro, a T-Rex, bro, literally, all it does is eat, bro.
Okay.
That's all. Its biggest what's that called, bro? Like,
concern?
No, its biggest like the thing you could do best, bro. I just can't think of a word right now.
The thing is best ability, like,
yeah, it's best
strong suit.
Yeah, it's strong suit. I don't know. It's its fucking mouth, bro. Yeah. It eats everything, bro.
Yeah. I mean, not everything. It didn't eat plants. It was a carnivore.
I mean, it eats everything, like,
supposedly, bro.
Yeah. That whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it can't touch anything.
So if it's not conscious, right? Where did consciousness start? Like, when did animals start to think? Like, where did us start?
Mm-hmm.
You know, where did we start the evolution of intelligent human beings that are aware? So, like, could you imagine being the first being, animal, whatever you want to call it, bro, first being to be conscious and be like,
What the
What
fuck?
the hell was that? Or like, what were you thinking? How did you think?
Yeah.
How did you like? What words were you just making sounds inside of your head? Like I can speak to myself in my head with
But you're
words,
speaking in
but
English.
there weren't words back then, bro.
Yeah.
So if there weren't words back then, how the hell were they talking? How were they thinking?
That's crazy.
How did they think this is fire? This, like this, even that word this, you can't say this is fire without saying the word this. And this is a word that wasn't created back then. It wasn't a thing back then. So how did conscious beings start?
I think it comes from. So if you believe in evolution,
Yeah.
I believe like right. You see the classic picture where it's like a fucking monkey looking guy, and then it turns into like a less of a monkey looking guy, and then it's
and
like
it turns into us.
It turns into a man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like you're saying, like that human thing, that Homo sapien or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it wasn't conscious. It acted and reacted.
Actually, it was before Homo sapiens.
Oh,
Homo
yeah,
sapiens are conscious like us.
Oh, sorry.
Because I'm pretty sure we're Homo sapien. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not a biologist, but whatever.
Yeah, but you know what I'm
But
saying.
like before, there was like there's species before us that were considered to be not fully conscious, but were conscious.
Yeah, but whatever. The thing is, but the thing I'm trying to get at is that the first thing that was like that where we come from,
Yeah.
what humans come from, I feel like that thing was just not conscious, right? It acted and portrayed itself like an animal, right?
Okay.
And then as time grew on, right, the same way how like a cat can, like how you were talking about how does your cat know it gets comfortable, right?
Yeah.
My cat knows because throughout its 6 years of life, it knows that it's comfortable in my bed, right?
Mhm.
So I think throughout the billions and billions of years that humans been around, that it's just.
I think humans
conscious,
have only
it's-
been around for like 10,000 years.
All right, whatever. Throughout time,
Yeah.
consciousness has come to it. Like it has evolved into us, and then so now we've become these conscious beings that are aware of what we do and things like that. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
bro.
no, that
Like,
does make sense.
like-
You know, that actually got me thinking, bro. All right. If you're the first human and you're not, and you're conscious of something, so the way that evolution works, the idea of evolution is that it's survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah.
The fittest, whatever, the fittest beings are the things with the best genetics.
So
The animals with the best genetics, right? So if it's evolution that's causing consciousness, bro, then that means that there was an animal that had the genetics for for consciousness or
So-
whatever to be able to think.
So what I mean is, so what I got from you, what you're saying is, before I forget, is I don't mean to interrupt you, but just like real quick, I think humans, whatever they were before,
Mhm.
they didn't have the cat speed, they didn't have the dog strength or whatever. They didn't. So in order to survive,
Mhm.
we had to have a thinking part of it. So we had to evolve consciousness.
Okay.
We had to evolve in consciousness. That's why we're more conscious, in my opinion, than a cat or a dog,
Yeah.
right? And that's why, you know what I'm saying? We're not, like, yes, you technically, you could train a human, right? You
Yeah.
raise a kid, and
Yeah.
then that kid, whatever, the income, the output, right?
Yeah.
But it's a thing where, like, that we were outmatched, so we had to find a way to either go extinct or survive. And I feel like that's where the consciousness level comes in, because we're definitely
That's a good
smarter
theory,
than
bro. That is totally possible. Like the reason that we developed consciousness and the like ability to think
yeah.
is just to survive. I mean, it could totally be possible. Obviously, I can't tell you you're right or wrong.
I'm just thinking and flowing right now with you, bro.
Nah. I mean, I could agree with that. Yeah, it could be true. But what I was thinking was, all right. So say you're the first human being to think, bro.
Okay.
What if you didn't get your first thought until you were like 10 years old?
Okay. Or whatever. Yeah.
So like a baby, when you have a baby, bro, it's not like when the baby's born.
Baby's not conscious.
It's not we think it's not conscious, right?
Or we just don't remember us being conscious.
Yeah, like because I can't remember when I was a baby, bro.
No, the farthest I go back is probably like 4 years old, bro.
But it does, like
Compared
a baby does similar things to the way a cat or a dog does things. Like it cries for when it needs to eat or it's feeling uncomfortable, and it laughs and it smiles when it's happy, and it's like means something. I like it, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So as time goes by, we humans, like us or the parents, will give consciousness will gift the ability to the baby to be conscious, because everybody can remember different, like farther back into their life, and you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, so people, I feel like that's another thing we could dive into. Like, memory is something that for sure is.
Yeah. All right, let me finish this idea though. So, all right, if you say that you're the first human and you didn't develop your first thought until you were 10 years old,
okay,
and you have a thought, all right, and then you have a baby,
okay,
and then you have one thought, then you have another thought, and you're like, okay, I think I'm thinking about stuff,
mm-hmm.
or things are happening inside of this human being's brain where it's thinking, it's doing stuff. So then when it has a baby, this baby has the ability to be conscious and think, but it just doesn't know it. But because this human being has maybe had one thought, it's teaching this baby
mm-hmm.
to have a thought, and then that baby can start thinking at an earlier age, and then it starts, and it goes in like a spiral, in a circle. Because you can tell. I mean, I don't want to say I was unconscious before I was like 20, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like when you're younger, you're not aware of things as much as when you're older. Like, you know, you like, that's what age does. You get more mature and you understand things more.
Yeah.
Is that me becoming more conscious about stuff? That's what I could say that that's true. I'm more conscious when I'm more mature. So when I'm younger, does that mean I'm unconscious, or I just don't know what is going on?
Okay.
Wait, let me finish the thought. Bro, this thought is crazy. I don't even know if it's gonna make sense when I listen back to this. I could just sound like
your
I'm
mind
just
is spinning
blabbering
right now.
So, say this. Let me summarize it, bro. First human being has a thought.
Yeah.
Has the ability to think. Okay, I have thoughts. Teaches the baby, I have thought that it has the ability to think, and the baby starts thinking, and it starts like sharpening its way of thinking. And as time goes by, that baby has another baby, and that baby gets to think more because of the baby before it, because of the human before it.
Okay. And
it goes, and as humans progress and evolve, as well, consciousness has evolved, and we've been able to be more conscious about things because we're human beings and we're evolving.
Mm-hmm.
So like, some human being 5,000 years ago might have been less conscious about things than I am now. Like, what if I guess if you can consider consciousness like the ability to think about something and like portray it, whatever. What if people that were racist back in the day, right, that were like had slaves, and they weren't conscious that this was a bad idea.
Okay.
And as time goes by, we become more conscious. And like you say, bro, we're going towards the universe, bro. We're going through the universe. We're going towards a place where a utopia. And this utopia is where human beings are 100% conscious about everything, bro.
That's crazy. So
I don't know, yo. I might just sound like a crazy person by the end of this.
Nah. I definitely feel. But so this got me thinking. So like, if you're a baby and being raised, right, gives you consciousness. How about, so like, there's this story where a girl was born and was raised her whole life in a cage, bro, in a basement, bro, and was fed like a animal,
okay, essentially,
right? And she was, bro, it was like 10 years of that, so she never knew how to talk, speak, or anything, so she acted like an animal, bro. Okay. So how does that, does she have consciousness, bro?
I mean,
it's because she's not able to, you know what I'm saying, like
she's not. She acts like an animal.
Yeah.
And we say that animals are less conscious than us.
That's what got me thinking.
So does she have less consciousness than us?
Yeah.
I mean,
because she's not able to.
Based off what I said, if it made any sense. I don't know if it made sense. But if it made any sense based on what I said, we teach consciousness to our children.
Yeah. And
to our later generations. So if there's no one to teach you consciousness, are you just like the first human being that didn't have any consciousness?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and if that's an example, if that's an experiment of that and an example of that, then yeah, we teach consciousness to each other. So then,
so even the stranger walking right beside you teaches you something, or gives you a conscious mind.
I guess
that has me thinking. So like the thing that has me think, so like about this girl, right, about the girl that's raised in a cage, right, she's human like us, she's not any, her DNA is not any less different, but she's just not as conscious as us because she's raised in a, like an animal, like a cage almost, right?
Okay, so she's less conscious than us. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, because she's human. She has the same DNA.
She has the ability.
She has this ability to grow like us. Her body's gonna grow. Her hair's gonna grow. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. She's just not like raised that way. She's not raised to. She doesn't know English or whatever, a language. So I'm not gonna say I'm smarter than her or whatever. I'm more conscious than her, but like that's the question that just comes up. I'm just thinking like, damn.
All right, let me expand on that then. All right, if she was never raised with somebody that was conscious and was the like can speak, right, and she can never develop that, and you know how they say we come from monkeys or whatever, like that's not how the really evolution works, but whatever. They say monkeys they say monkeys and apes have similar ancestors than us. They have similar DNA than us, and
they have thumbs.
Yeah, they have thumbs. Yeah, whatever. You know how in the zoos and whatever they have monkeys and they like teach them how to talk, to do sign language and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If an animal can communicate with us in a certain way, like a monkey's doing sign language or whatever, is that animal conscious? Like, is it what makes something conscious then?
So I think elephant, right? I was watching a video and it talks about how elephants and dolphins are conscious. Okay. Because a dolphin, for example, if a human's being about to get eaten by a shark and there's a dolphin around, the dolphin will protect the human. Will try to. There's stories of like a dolphin hitting the shark in the gut because the shark never stops swimming, bro. Yeah. So if you hit it like in the gut, it'll fucking die because it stopped swimming. If I got that wrong,
I mean, I don't know.
I know.
Have you ever watched Shark Boy and Lava Girl? He talks about how they have to keep moving forward, bro.
Yeah.
I guess whatever. Yeah, sure. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, a dolphin is aware that a human is more of closer to a dolphin than a shark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And an elephant, if you put an elephant, I watched another video. If you put an elephant in front of a mirror, the elephant will put its foot up and look into the mirror at its foot. It knows it's moving its foot just by that experiment, right? If you put a cat in front of a mirror, my cat will attack the fucking mirror thinking it's another cat. Mm-hmm. You put a dog in front of a mirror, the dog is going to bark at the fucking...
Thinking it's another dog,
thinking it's another dog. But the elephant doesn't react that way in the mirror. It's looking at the mirror, raising its foot.
Like saying, "Oh, that's my foot."
Yeah, it's thinking it's him.
They think it thinks.
Yeah, humans, us, the people experimenting with the elephant thinks that the elephant is conscious, and an elephant and a dolphin are both mammals, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, assuming
dogs are mammals too.
Dogs are mammals, but dogs are.
But they say that elephants and dolphins are like the
smarter mammals is what I'm saying. Yeah, so I think
like closer to
us than a dog.
Thinking,
yeah. So I think just in terms of like evolution and an evolution basis, if we're going like with the idea that like we got consciousness through there, I think that we're just probably like maybe like 4 or 5 steps ahead of a dolphin or 4 or 5 steps ahead of an elephant. They're getting there. They're just not there yet.
I mean, I actually, I heard something that was like, oh, the only reason that elephants have not taken over us is one, because they don't have good mobility, bro, because they're huge. They're huge, bro. And 2, because they take so long to have babies. They take like 2 years, basically. It's like 22 months or whatever it is.
So their almost population is
so
whack,
like
bro.
to grow their population would take forever, bro. So they wouldn't, like, you know how we pop out babies every 9 months, bro. Boom, boom. Then you have 3 workers.
It has to. I feel like the universe just has to balance out. That's why puppies have litters, cats have litters. You know what I'm saying? Because it just has to even out. Like we have babies in 9 months, yes, but our baby's smarter than the dog. It's gonna be smarter than the puppies, bro.
All right, we've talked a lot already. I have another question.
Okay.
So, consciousness, right? We're conscious right now. We're talking to each other.
Yeah.
I'm conscious that I'm talking to you.
I'm conscious too. Yeah.
Right. But I don't feel my clothes on my back. Right.
Okay.
Or close your mouth. Do you feel your tongue in your mouth? You can feel it.
Yeah.
But you weren't thinking about that before.
No.
So, is your mind putting like a box on what it wants you to think about? Like, I could be conscious about it, but I'm not conscious about it. And why am I not conscious about it?
I mean, because it's just things like you don't need to think about, like breathing, bro. You don't. We thought about breathing, bro, I'm kind of irresponsible sometimes. So like, if I had to think about breathing, I would have been dead.
Yeah, that's like the thing where they say like, if your head wasn't attached to your
shoulder, I would lose it, bro.
You would lose it. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
I mean,
because just because how I am as a person, like, I lost my wallet the other day.
All right. So, But the way so when we're alive and we're breathing and we're here, we're conscious, right?
Yeah.
So when we die and we no longer have a body, are we conscious? Like, you know how they say that there's an afterlife, bro?
Yeah.
Do you take a body there? Like, what do you become? Like, what does a consciousness look like?
So like, I mean, I think that comes from personal beliefs. My belief is that this world is all energies.
Okay.
And I feel like our conscious mind is like a crazy
energy.
Yeah, it's an energy. That's why if we're feeling sad inside, we're gonna feel sad inside. Like, let's say, like, I don't know, I went through a breakup, right?
Yeah.
And I have to put my game face on, right? Because I'm having a grand old meeting, right? Monthly meeting or something, right? I have to present or whatever, you know. I have to portray a face.
Yeah.
Inside, I'm mourning and I'm sore. You know what I'm saying? I'm crying.
You feel hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know how you know the feeling like when you're like, oh, my heart, like your chest hurts.
Yeah. You're literally heartbroken. Like, it feels like your chest is like,
ugh.
Yeah. So like, I feel those energies, right? And I feel like the conscious mind
is an energy.
Is an energy. I feel like us is and that's why. Sorry. That's why, just to continue, that's why I think you have to not only take care of your physical mind, your physical body, right, which is what makes you move and what makes you mobile, and what makes you like feel good, like physically. But you have to take care of your mental, and you have to take care of a spiritual. That's why I think it's a triangle of three trinities, which is the essential goal of that's just what I think.
Okay. I mean, I could agree with that. Yeah, they have to take care of all that stuff. Yeah, but my question.
Yeah.
If your consciousness is an energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's separate from the body. Can you separate that? That become separate? Can you have the body without can you have consciousness without a body, or a body without consciousness?
I don't know. Cause from what I know personally, I mean, I feel like our bodies are hosts, right? We need a host kind of for in order to even think. Cause like, yeah, the energy could be around, but it's not going to be able to speak to you.
That's exactly what I was trying to get at, bro. If you die and you don't have a body anymore, how can you think? How can you go somewhere else and be in this community, whatever?
Yeah.
Like, what are you? Are you still going to have a body? You can't have thinking. Like, what would I think about if I didn't have a body? What would I think about, bro?
Yeah, but so another question derives, bro, right? Let's say you had brain damage, bro.
Yeah.
On your left side or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And let's say you had like some type of like injury in your brain, right, in your head, where you only could focus on the left side of what you see, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how would your thinking go? You know what I'm saying? Like, so your yes, you have a body, but it's kind of broken, bro.
Okay.
So does your thinking change?
I mean, there's like parts of your brain, like I know there's this study, there was that psychology thing that one of the crash course psychology things taught me, bro. It was like there was this dude that had damage to a certain part of his brain, and that part of his brain, like, because it was damaged, it like he started having like pedophile type ideas. Like, he like wanted to mess with little girls because this part of his brain was damaged and they didn't know. So he started acting on these ideas, and he got arrested, you know, and they were in court, and then they found out this part of his brain was busted. And because of that shit was busted, he had these ideas. And then they took, like, it was like he had like a nail or whatever through his brain or whatever. I don't remember what it was, bro, but I think I know what you're talking about. Something like that,
acting
like different, bro. Yeah,
from
like,
what the person he was. Okay.
Yeah, before, and then they took that part of it, like they fixed that part of his brain, then he started thinking normal again. So if your brain affects the way that you think, like if you can affect the way that you think, that you're, you know, that affects your consciousness. Like my consciousness, oh, I see a girl, I'm like, oh damn, like that's a
pretty girl.
That's a pretty girl, bro. You know, like damn, she's cute, bro.
I was gonna say that's a bad
Anyways, but you know what I mean. Like I'm looking at like that's like a conscious thought of me. I see a girl, oh damn.
Yeah.
But I could affect the way that my conscious mind works by messing with my brain. So does that mean my brain is part of my consciousness?
Mm-hmm.
So that means my body can't be without my My consciousness can't be without my body. I can't think without my body. So when I die, I feel like your consciousness would just end.
So does your consciousness end, or do you just go into another body, bro?
I mean, those are questions I can never answer.
Yeah, like, because so the reason why I say that is because there's such ideas as like, what's that called? When you
reincarnation?
Yeah, reincarnation, bro. Like where you come back as something else.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, those are ideas that we'll never be able to answer truly because none of us have ever died.
Like what would be? I mean, in theory,
in
if
theory,
that's true, that means we would have already died, and we're just
something else.
Yeah, we're just another. The consciousness moved into me.
And
why do I feel like I'm a different consciousness then? Why am I Jason Mendez, and why can I not be whoever I was before?
Okay, so another thing that I think of when thinking about like stuff like that, like consciousness or whatever, is how come we have opinions or like we think a certain way or we feel a certain way about something that has never happened to us. And what I mean by that is like, for example, since I was a little kid, like 4 years old, I've always been interested in like things like in the military, bro.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, like my parents are not in the military. No one, you know what I'm saying? I only have an uncle who's in the military, but I'm not that close to him. You know, I never really talked to him when I was a little kid, but I had toy soldiers and I was always, interested in military stuff. So does that come from just me being interested in wanting toy soldiers?
I mean, maybe you watched a lot of TV about toy.
Growing up, my mom, I didn't start playing like mature games until I was probably like 15, bro.
Yeah,
14.
My mom was the same way.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. So like I never played shooting games when I played Mario and shit like that. I never watched like if my dad was watching like a shooting movie, my mom would be like, "Yo, you can't watch this. You gotta go to your room." I was like, all right, whatever, Well,
maybe that's what it was, bro. The fact that you couldn't, that you wanted to see all these things and it was being taken away from you, you got more interested too.
I was thinking like maybe it's just like my past life. Yeah, I was maybe like a soldier or something.
Yeah.
Oh, or it could be true. Maybe I just subconsciously wanted to watch war movies and shit or like shooting, and I just never did. So I found it in a different way.
Yeah. And again, bro, you see, these are all questions you can't answer.
You can't answer, and that shit annoying.
It's so fucking annoying, bro.
Yeah,
I get
bro,
so I'll be like, yo, I got this great question, right? But there's no answer.
I know that shit, bro. Even thinking about it even more, bro. Crazy, bro. My Legos and what are those big ass blocks called? They were like Legos, but kind of bigger. The holes were bigger.
The Mega Blocks.
Yeah, Mega Blocks, bro. I used to make them shit to the guns, bro. Yeah, and we used to like imagine like, yo, bro, he's right there. Boom, 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 boom. Like, what the fuck?
I used to in kindergarten, bro. I almost got suspended. Like my mom got called and everything because me and some friends, whatever friends I had in kindergarten, bro, we picked up twigs. While we were in recess, we picked up twigs that looked like guns and started pretending to shoot each other. And like they were like, yo, you gotta be careful with this kid Jason, bro. Like he's playing around, like pretending that he has guns, bro.
That's. I mean, I understand like why the school does that, just for like safety.
Yeah, for safety. Yeah.
But like I don't know that I'm telling you that.
So like, why did I think about like why do I like?
Why is that interesting to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in your little kid, you're not like your parents didn't go to the military, bro. They're not.
Why am I so interested in chemistry, bro? Was I a chemist in my past life?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why am
I so good at math sometimes? Like, I feel like I'm good at bro. I don't want to say like I'm the freaking mathematician or whatever, bro.
I know what you mean, though.
I'm pretty good at math, bro. Like, and I don't need to try that much.
I've never struggled.
And I've seen people have like struggle with the same idea and have to like study their ass off just to get the same grade. Yeah. And I'm just like what is the difference between me and you? And I looked this up yesterday, bro. I was thinking about this.
You searched up what is the difference between me and you?
Yeah, I searched up why are people smarter than other people? Like why can I
thought you word for word. I was like, you asked to Google that?
No. I was just like, why can people be smarter than other people? Like why am I better at math than some other people? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. Is it something like in my past life, bro, I was like we said, in my past life was I just like a mathematician and then I was already good at math. I was good at my math in my past life, so I carried that over and now I'm really good at math. But what it said was you know how they say, everybody is created equal, like when you're born.
Yeah.
That intelligence is just how much effort you put into it. Like it's just not.
That's not true.
It's just not true. You can literally pass genetics on like pass intelligence through genetics. Like my parents were both really good at math when they were younger, not as good as I am, because they could never. I showed them calculus, bro. They're like, yo, that just looks like the alphabet, bro. What are you doing? Like right there. But when I see it, I see clearly what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing.
So that's something that like cause bro, I never like the only thing I struggled in school was going to school, actually going and actually being like managing my time to get my shit done. Other than that, like sitting in the class and learning something, I never struggled. Like, bro, and I seen like similar to you, I seen people struggle, right? Like, and bro, and I was getting it easy, bro. Only class I ever struggled in was chemistry, bro. And that's because I was mad hard-headed and I never gave it a chance. Bro, this was me in terms of chemistry. Why do I need to learn this if I'm never in my life going to be a chemist? So I never put effort towards that. I never even wanted to be there. I would skip class and shit.
I'm kind of disappointed in you, no bullshit.
Yeah,
not because it's just chemistry. That's a pretty closed-minded idea, bro.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, that's how I thought.
That's like saying, well, I mean, I guess this is more of an exaggeration, but that's like saying, yo, why should I accept gay people if I'm not gay?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, bro, I don't know. Like, and you know, through your life, you realize, yo, you're just being hard-headed and being goofy, right? But I learned that now. I mean, I learned that like later. But like, that's just how I was as a student. And that's why, like, in order to pass that class, I struggled because I never paid attention. I never was there, and then I had to like kind of fight off the fence. You know, I had to fight on the wall, like, you know, fight forward to pass that class. That's why I struggled. Okay. But I forgot where I was going with that because you hit me with an idea and I started thinking of other shit.
Bro, that happens, bro.
Yeah, but fuck.
I mean, where I was going before was my parents were good at math, and that's why I'm good at math. So then if it's that, then that idea of the reincarnation giving you the ability to do these things is not true. It's not true. It's just your parents pass you these things through your genetics. But again, like, yo, my parents didn't like chemistry, bro. You think they were teaching chemistry in Honduras, bro? My dad didn't even get through high school, bro. Like in Honduras, bro. Like what were they? I don't know what they were teaching out there. My mom, I mean, I don't know. I guess I never asked if she liked chemistry, but you know what I mean. Like bro, I love chemistry, bro. Physics and chemistry just come to me like it's like my bread and butter, bro. Like I just love that shit. It's just so. I mean, I'm interested in it because it's applicable to the real world. Like the way that these abstract ideas of an electron this small, there's so many different theories of electrons, bro. Like the Bohr model. You ever seen like the Bohr? You know what the Bohr model is?
If you explain, I probably.
It's like the idea that there's the nucleus in the middle, right? And then there's rings. And each ring holds a certain amount of electrons. That's just not true. That's just not how an atom looks. Really? Like that's just not. It's more of clouds of electrons, and like in these clouds, there's electrons held. And then like you know, like stuff.
Yeah, I mean I know what you're talking about. It's they have it in like all the chemistry books.
Like they're like orbitals and stuff instead of rings. They're not rings like that. I mean each ring is supposed to be an orbital as well, but it's not like that. Like there's p orbitals, s orbitals, d orbitals, f orbitals, and each one can hold a certain amount of electrons. Like this is like deep into.
Yeah.
I mean that's not that deep into chemistry. I learned this like in high school.
Okay.
But
I wouldn't know. I was never there. Shit. I was getting kicked out.
I mean, I think I learned this in AP Chem, but whatever. Like, you know, but like this shit just comes to me like I love
like
it.
Like nothing, yeah. So I mean,
like why?
Why?
Is it because before me, I was who's a chemist, bro? Damn, bro, I know so many chemists and I just can't get any in my head, bro.
Bro, why is that? I wonder why. Like, bro, like if you're when you're trying to say something, it doesn't come to you, and then later it's gonna come to you. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck, bro? I could have said that shit on the podcast, bro."
Bro, I literally have it on the tip of my tongue of who I'm thinking of, bro. He has a movie, and it's a movie directed by the same guy. It's a French. Is it? Oh, it's Italian. It's an Italian director. He has a movie about Descartes. He has a movie about Socrates, and he has a movie about this intelligent man, bro. This man was crazy. Oh my god, I cannot remember.
Anyways,
is my consciousness being affected, bro? Am I less conscious right now? Can I be more conscious than another person, bro? Ooh, that's a good question, Jay. Oh, dap yourself up, bro. Ooh, this man's nice. Consciousness and other people, bro. That was another thing that I struggled with, bro. If I'm conscious, right, and I feel like I'm conscious, and I'm Rene Descartes, and I'm saying I think, therefore I am. How could I know you are also thinking. How can I know you're conscious if you're not part of me? I can't be inside your head. I don't know what's going on in there. You could just be a robot, part of the simulation in this life, bro. That's just here.
But I'm not, because I feel conscious.
But how do I believe you?
But how do I believe you? It's the same. I could ask you the same question.
It is the same thing. That's why, like, when you said, oh, sometimes I feel like I'm just dreaming. Like, I'm like,
or I'm in a dream.
Yeah, you're in a dream. Like, how all I can tell you was, I can't tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, to me, you're wrong because I'm conscious. And can I be conscious inside of your dream? Then I don't know. Maybe. Are we conscious? Are we both just conscious in somebody else's dream? And they're just listening to this great podcast about consciousness, bro. They were just like, I want to listen to a podcast about consciousness, bro. And we're just unconscious beings, and we're speaking on these mics, and all of the words coming out of our mouths are for a reason for somebody else, and we're in their dream.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows, bro? This shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Who the fuck knows,
these questions, like, we could ask these questions thousands of times, and we'll never receive an answer. And I love that we could, like, dive into different things because, bro, we truly don't know. Like, that evolution shit I was talking about, bro, we don't even know if that's true. The reincarnation, we don't know if that's true. We don't know, bro. There's so many things in this world that bro, there's more than the eye can see. I always say that, bro. What we can see and what we feel and stuff, there's more to that. It's the same way how you say we're just a speck on a speck, because this universe is so big that Earth is just a speck in the universe. We're just a speck on Earth. We're a speck on a speck. That's quoted by you, bro. It's the same way how so many of the conscious ideas that we have and so many of the questions that we have will never be answered because, bro, those are just specks of ideas, bro. Those are just, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. Like,
could I give you another one of my crazy ideas?
Yeah, go.
So this was an idea about, I guess it's about consciousness, yeah. So what if the whole universe, right, is a conscious being, and this universe created us? You know how I say that we're the conscious part of the universe?
Yeah.
The universe knows this.
And I questioned you about that.
Yeah. So what if the universe created us to be conscious? Like, it wanted us
to know that it's a universe.
Yeah. So that we can, like, we're trying to the universe is trying to rationalize something. So it created beings and like I don't know if it's a simulation, but like it created us to think for it. Yeah.
Because it can't.
Because it couldn't. Like, if you ever watch Guardians of the Galaxy, the second one, volume 2,
yeah.
bro,
His dad
is like a
super god or whatever.
Like, he's a god, and he created a body of what he thought
humans would
not human. What he thought a conscious being was. He created himself to look like a human without knowing what a human really looked like.
Yeah.
That movie, I love that movie because it's just crazy.
It's crazy in the mind, bro.
Crazy in the mind. Like, if you, like, I guess you can.
What's his name? Peter Quill?
Peter Quill, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He must be like, because so I'm telling you, humans have been thinking about this idea of consciousness and evolution and all this out of universe stuff because, bro, I'm telling you, Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Okay.
The more the generations go, the powerful they are.
Yeah.
His power's over 9,000. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, if you bro, Dragon Ball Super just finished last week, bro.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, look.
Let me finish this. Stop. Let me finish this, bro. Because whoever writes these shows, bro, needs an award. They need an award because, bro, I enjoy that shit so much that so this whole thing was around the Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
Of all, like, there's 12 universes, there's 12 universes, and all they're basically each universe gives their 10 best fighters, and they're having a battle royale of the best fighters, and, bro, they have beautiful fights, bro, and it all connects beautifully. It's just beautiful, bro. It whatever the fuck they do, Dragon Ball, whoever is writing these things needs to become my best friend. Because Dragon Ball Super had a arc. It was the Zamasu arc, and that arc was, oh my god, it got me thinking like crazy. Because he's like, all beings are trash. Like, he's like, all beings are just ruined. There can't be a perfect world without no beings. Like there just needs to like for there to be a perfect universe, there can be no being. So what he wants to do is wipe out all beings of existence, all the destroyers, all the freaking the Kais, bro. He himself was a Kai before, and then he created a Goku Black or whatever. Like the whole arc is crazy, bro. Like, oh my god,
that's what I'm saying. So like,
Yeah,
even
continue,
even in terms of like, bro, I'm telling you, everyone thinks of shit like this. Think of like Dragon Ball Z, the simplest terms, bro. Goku's dad he turned into a monkey, bro. Turned into a gorilla thing, right? Bardock turned into a monkey. Vegeta's dad turned into a monkey, and then they evolve, bro, and then they become like Super Saiyans and shit. So that's what I'm saying. That's what like, bro, and that's not. It's not far. And yes, it's cartoons, but that's not a far idea from what we're saying, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I don't
So what I mean is like, when I was talking about the conscious mind and how like monkeys, we started off as whatever. We started off as a certain thing, and then throughout time we grew consciousness.
Okay.
It's the same. Think of it like the same line. They were turning into monkeys. They were turning into big ass gorilla things, right? And then throughout time, they're just Super Saiyans now, and a Super Saiyan can fuck up that big ass monkey, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like then the way Dragon Ball Z works is the higher the more generations go, the powerful the thing is. That's why Gohan is stronger than Goku. False. All right, whatever. But
I mean, yeah, maybe like his power was stronger, whatever. And
yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I said
fighting Cell. Yeah,
that's why I said, his power's over 9,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
because
when he's
they never
Cell,
saw that
he's
before.
More powerful. But yo, if you watch Dragon Ball Super, bro,
I never seen that shit, so I wouldn't
Gohan.
know.
Yeah, Gohan's strong, but yo, he's not Ultra Instinct, bro. Like,
all right, but the point is that idea of like the line of generations.
That gets better.
It gets better throughout time. That's what I was talking about through like evolution and consciousness and shit. That's where I connected it. So that's what I'm saying. It's not too far. Yes, it's different. It's cartoons and shit.
What does that have to do with what I was saying,
bro? I had it connected, and then you started talking about how Goku Black and whatever.
Dude, that show is.
And you started talking about how beautiful it is, and I lost everything I was gonna say, bro. It made so much sense, bro.
I was talking about Peter. We were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even before that, bro. But yeah. Keep going. but like I'm telling you, we went in a circle of something, and
bro, it's because this
something crazy to say,
bro. That's how crazy this topic is, bro. That you just like you can't get your ideas off fast enough, bro. Like if I have to speak at like Eminem or something like that, so that I can get all my ideas out, bro. I gotta.
Yeah, so I'm telling you. So then when I start speaking, I make no fucking sense. I don't know what you're talking about. What does that have to do with what I was talking about? But I knew that's bro. Because when I'm talking, you're like, ooh, you start snapping. You're like, oh, I gotta say it. And then when you're speaking, I'm like, oh, I gotta say it. And then when we don't say it, we just get lost, bro. That's just crazy. Are we conscious when we get lost, bro?
I mean, yeah, I think we're conscious. But yo, that actually like, how they're. This shit's false, but like the idea that if you can unlock 100% of your brain, will be like superhumans or whatever.
Oh, that's that movie with Scarlett Johansson,
Lucy.
Right?
I mean, there's multiple movies about it, but Lucy is an example of it. That shit. That shit's just not true. We use all of our brain all the time. Like that's just
for real.
Yeah, there's no such thing as we're not using all of our potential or whatever.
But we're not.
Yeah, but
we're not using our subconscious, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that different? But we're using all of our brain, but we're not.
We're not
fully
focusing on all of it.
Like we're here, right? I guess you can't see. People listening to this can't see, but we're
somewhere. Yeah.
We're like in a spectrum of the most conscious being to the right, and the unconscious being is to the left. We're closer to the left than we are to the right. We're closer to unconscious beings than we are to the most conscious, highly efficient, thinking like woo, utopia, whatever, like crazy being or whatever. That thing is farther down from our line, bro. We're not even close to that shit. So like when it happens, bro, I'm not even gonna be there, bro. It's not even fair, bro. I don't know. This shit just I get so pissed off. I get happy talking about this, and then I get pissed off because
I get happy because I can explore my mind. I can just dive into a whole bunch of shit. But I get tight because, bro, I can't answer all my questions. Yeah, like, bro, it's just, bro, we just have to. I'm telling you, that's why, like, I, in my opinion, the way I see it, that's why I always say, bro, we have to be soon be a utopia, bro, because we're just living and learning. The more we, you know what I'm saying, like, we're just gonna.
Well, I mean, if we're going off the idea that I had, bro, I mean the crazy the one that I had like 20 minutes ago, that was like, oh, we're teaching how to be more conscious to our kids.
Mm-hmm. So eventually our kids are going to be more conscious.
Eventually we'll be 100% conscious. We'll get to that highly conscious being or whatever. Will we look like we look right now? Will we have 5 fingers, and will I be able to grow a beard like you? Will I need thick ass glasses
in
like
any universe, bro? Anytime we'll go, you'll never have a bigger beard than me, bro.
I mean, yeah, probably not.
I'm probably ahead of you in genetics, bro, in terms of beard, bro.
But not in height.
Yeah, bro. And eventually, bro, you know, the Rodriguez DNA will get taller.
Right, bro. That's if you find a girl that's like 6'5", bro. Yo, all the shorties above 6 feet, bro. Hit up Vic, please. We need the Rodriguez family to grow. I mean, like, what will they like? What do highly conscious beings look like, bro? I mean, I can't tell the future, but are they gonna be human beings, or are they gonna be a different species? Are they gonna be beings? Are they gonna have bodies? Are they just gonna be inside? Are they gonna be like you know how they have the you can, like, the idea that you can download your consciousness into a computer? Like, what is that? Like, what well, that, like, your consciousness is infinite. You can live forever, and the fact that you die is where I feel like the
computer can shut off, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the computer can shut off. Yeah.
So technically, you could die in a computer.
But if you can separate your consciousness into a computer, that means you don't need your body to be conscious.
But if
you don't need your body to be conscious, then that means when you die, it could just still be conscious. Here is an idea from Socrates in the dialogues of Plato, bro. Here is an idea. The idea is they know. So our consciousness, right? It's kind of like it's weird. So the idea is, so say we're consciousness, right?
Okay.
And our consciousness is our body, right?
Yeah.
And our body is a jacket. You put on the jacket, and you can wear this jacket, and you can take off the jacket and put on another jacket. Take off the jacket and put on another jacket.
Say we're going on with people, bro?
Huh? Yeah, that's like the reincarnation idea.
Yeah.
Where our consciousness is just our consciousness is us. And the jacket is just putting on new. We're just putting on new jackets.
Or we're hosting something else.
Yeah.
We're being a new host. So
like,
PC can be a host.
Yeah, it could be a host. Like, you could just move. Like, our consciousness just lives forever, and it just keeps going. But, you can die, and the jacket you were wearing when you died can survive. So, your consciousness can die, and the jacket will survive. So your
person,
yeah, like the body.
So someone else goes in.
Yeah, no. The body is there without the consciousness. It's just there. Like, the jacket is there without the body, without the person.
Oh, so it's like a sheep.
Yeah,
like it's just moving.
And on top of this, can consciousness be broken up? This is one of my crazy.
Can it be broken up into what? Like
fractured
pieces?
Yeah. Like,
so like me and you had the same consciousness at one point, and
yeah.
it split into both of us.
Because that's how it would start. That's how I feel. Like, if consciousness is like a liquid, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're injecting it inside of somebody.
Yeah, I would think consciousness is like gas, bro.
Like a gas? All right.
I don't think it's like a liquid, bro. I don't think. Oh wait. Liquids form the shape of its host, bro. Oh, like if you put water in a cup, bro. Bruce Lee, bro. You put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. So you put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle.
So you put consciousness in a human, it becomes the human?
Yeah.
So, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, maybe it's not a gas, bro.
I'm thinking either way. Say you have this consciousness, this first human that had a consciousness, and it breathed in consciousness, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Consciousness.
Or drank it.
Oh shit, bro. That's a tree. That's fire. That's a rock. Oh my God. I'm conscious. All right. And then it has a baby. And then this baby is now conscious, bro. Does the consciousness break up, or does it just keep going? Or does the consciousness, like, oh my God, bro. Like, the way I thought of it like this. So you start with a certain amount of human beings that are conscious, right? To say it's a group of 100 human beings.
Yeah.
When they have babies, now they say there's 200 human beings. Are all those human beings have the same amount of consciousness as the person before them?
So, but all right. So what I'm from what you're saying, right? So if you do you agree or disagree that it had to start somewhere, right? So it started 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, 16, 32, right? People.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So that means we started off as 2 original people, right?
Yeah.
So that means that we're all connected in consciousness, bro?
Sure. You never heard of that idea? That consciousness just moves in. I mean, the reincarnation idea is that the consciousness just moves from in and out from people.
What I mean is that there's one consciousness.
Yeah.
And it splits into 2, splits into 4, splits into 8, splits into 16, splits into 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So does that mean that everyone is conscious
and we're
equally?
all the same?
We're all the same and equal?
Or does it fracture? That's what I mean.
Or does it depend on, so like is it like liquid where water takes up the shape of whatever the fuck it is? So you're taller, you have more consciousness than me? It makes no sense, bro. Bro, right. You have more body mass than me. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard of this is a different idea.
Because I feel like I don't want to say I'm worse. I'm not smarter than you. You're not smarter than me. I think I don't want to say we're equal. You're smarter than me in some stuff.
Yeah.
Smarter than you in other things. But I think in terms of thinking, we think in high levels.
Does intelligence mean consciousness?
No, bro. Because
I could be conscious and not be smart.
Intelligence is graded on a scale of just memorization and knowing things. That's why, like on a test, someone gets an A, someone gets an F. That kid is intelligent. Yeah. That's not what I think. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
because personally, I think intelligence is the ability to use your processing. Like a computer has a hard drive where it holds the information.
Yeah.
But it also has a processor which processes the information and creates what you see on the computer, and it like you put in numbers and you put in numbers from your data or whatever, you put it in the computer and you press go, and the computer's processor begins to do all these things, and it does logic and whatever, and it creates your information, right? Mm-hmm. That's the processing. So I think intelligence depends more on your processing ability than your memory. It's more on your processor than your hard drive. Okay. That's how I think. Obviously both are included, but I think it should be more about your processing ability than your ability to hold information.
Yo, it's crazy, bro. To think, I'm just like.
But anyway, I had another other idea.
All right, go.
This guy, you ever heard the Everybody album by Logic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Waiting Room.
The Waiting Room, bro. The Waiting Room. When I first heard The Waiting Room, bro, I literally got thrown for a loop, bro. Like first it started with that's actually, if I can pinpoint where I started getting into philosophy, it was because of The Waiting Room. So Logic, Bobby, if you're listening to me one day, you ever listen to this, bro, thank you, man. You have made me a smarter person, and I appreciate my life more because of you. But anyway, so The Waiting Room, the basic idea of The Waiting Room. You want to explain it?
So basically, this dude, correct me if I'm wrong, he dies.
It's before, yeah. So all right.
It's The Waiting Room is like
it's a guy named Adam.
Yeah.
It starts in the first song of the album is called Hallelujah, and in that first part of the song, and in that first song, at the end of the song, you hear this guy. He's on the phone. He's talking to his girl or whatever, mm-hmm. and she's like, oh, when are you getting home? Whatever. You can't hear her, but he's talking to her, and he's on the phone with her, and she's like, oh, when are you getting home? He's like, oh, I'm getting home. Whatever. I'm on my way home right now. You're always arguing with me. Blah 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 blah. And then all you hear is beep beep beep. Oh my God, he's dead. Whatever, yeah, and he's dead. Okay. And then it's like life. What's it all about? That's what it does. That's what he goes. And it's a God. And then he's like, and then Adam, this person that was talking on the phone before, he's like, what? He's like, what the hell's going on? Like, where am I? And he's like, you're in the space between spaces, beyond time and existential intelligence. And then he's like, fuck all the hippie. I could probably quote it word for word, bro.
But yeah, go get to the whole thing.
He's like, fuck all that hippie shit. Like, where am I? He's like, you're in a waiting room. And he's like, okay. So then it goes on, and he's like, oh, like, who are you? I was like, he's like, you just died. And he's like, oh wait, is this heaven or hell? Like, I don't see any like fucking like pitchforks and whatever. I don't see any but like people, little red people running around. Like, what's going on here? He's like, no, this is like you're just in the waiting room. And he's like, what are you, God? He's like, yeah, I'm God. So then that's the hallelujah part. And then the album goes on, it has a few songs, then it goes to the waiting room, the actual, like, it's like an interlude, whatever. It's like and he's like, all right, so you're saying I'm in a waiting room, like, what am I waiting for? And he's like, you're waiting for reincarnation. He was like reincarnation, so like the
I'm gonna be in something else. Yeah.
So he's like, damn, bro. He was like Jesus. He said something about Jesus Christ. He's like fucked up. Like whatever this God is saying, he's like confused about what the hell he's saying. He's like,
oh, I know.
And he's like, what Jesus Christ? And he's like, oh, he was here too. And he was like, wait, so the Christians got it right? And he was like, no. I mean, kind of, but like if you think about it, everybody's got it right. So he's like, all right, like, what is the point of all of this?
You're gonna live everyone's life.
Yeah. He's like, what's the point of all of this? Like, why are you doing this? And he's like, this is how you grow and mature. Like, he's gonna become a new person. Like, I mean, there's like layers to this.
There's layers, but essentially,
like, So essentially, what happens? He's like, oh, you're gonna be reincarnated into this person. He's like, all right, but why are you doing this? Like, why you keep reincarnating me? And he's like, oh, it's so that you can grow and mature. And he's like, oh, so the human race can grow and mature? Like, how can we mature? We don't even get along with each other. Like, we're always killing each other and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, Adam. Like, that's the name of the guy. Adam. You're it. He's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm everybody? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm every human being that's ever lived, ever. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm Hitler, yeah, and all the people he's killed. He's like, I'm Jesus, yeah, and all of his disciples, bro. You're everybody. And bro, when that idea hit my synapses in my brain, bro, my brain got flipped over 360 backflip, bro, like quick scope or whatever, yo. I was just like, what? Like, whoa, if that's true, then he continues and he's like, yo, that means every act of hatred that you do, you're doing it onto yourself.
Oh,
man. And every act of kindness and every hand that you put out for a good person, you're extending it onto yourself.
So always be a good person.
So I mean, like, essentially, would you be a dickhead to yourself if you had the ability? No, you'd be nice to yourself, right? So when I listened to that shit, the next day, bro, I remember I was in the omelet line. Waiting for my omelet.
Oh, and UML?
Yeah, I was at school. I was waiting for my omelet, bro. And I looked at the person next to me and I was like, bro, that's me. That's me.
That's not funny, but I get it. Yeah.
I mean, it is funny. Like, it's pretty funny, bro. I was just like, yo, that's me. Then I looked over to the person to the right of me and I was like, that's me too. Bro, everybody's me. I'm cooking myself my omelet right now. Like, oh my God. Like, so that idea of we're just one conscious being going in and out of every single person's life is just like, what?
Oh, and that's, I get it. So that's how you're connecting it with my idea that where it started off as two, then four.
Yeah. Like, it's just one person going.
That's fucking
it's just
crazy,
one
bro.
conscious being going in and out and learning and developing and becoming. Oh, so the point of the story is the waiting room story. It's actually a story based off of actual story. Like, the waiting room is based off a real story called The Egg. And the egg idea is that the reason you're going through all of this life is so that one day you become to what I am. And he's speaking to God, and he's like, wait, so I'm a God? He's like, no, not yet. But
you're gonna be there.
Yeah, but once you've lived every life of every human being, gender, race, religion, whatever, every single person, you will become a God. And I'm just like, bro. So that idea. Because it connects to consciousness. It connects the reason why we're conscious. It connects to I mean, I guess it doesn't connect to the science of it, but it connects to the philosophy and it connects to the religion of it. And I'm just like, whoa, this makes so much fucking sense, bro. So
that does, bro. I'm telling you, yo, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. No bullshit, bro. That's fucking like, bro. You blew me away with that story, bro. Like, I jumped up my chair, bro. I got excited, bro.
Yo,
like bro.
It's just crazy. I'm telling you, there's
layers on layers on layers,
as human
bro.
beings, bro. I think well, I'll make we can close this out pretty soon, bro. But I think as human beings, we know nothing. That's all I can say. We absolutely, all we know is what Rene Descartes said himself, bro. I think, therefore I am. That's all that we can really know.
Yeah.
But, and we can question and question and question and question and question. Me and Vic have been sitting here for an hour and 30 minutes, bro, questioning what the hell us is, consciousness is, how it connects to human beings, how it connects to the universe.
And we've dived into just different ideas and dived into what this means and what that means. And we're people trying to think for the world, essentially. Yeah. That's what we're doing. We're trying to think for the universe, bro.
I mean, that's not where I was going. But where I was going with that was well, yeah, we're people. We're here. We're thinking about all this when we're questioning this, and like, yeah, we both got to the point where we were frustrated, bro. We were just like, yo, there's just so many fucking questions, and there's no answers. Like, how do I answer all these questions that I have? And that could be frustrating. That is literally what spiraled me into it's this existential crisis, bro. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I even here? It makes no fucking sense. What is the reason that I'm here? It could, bro. You can let that control you. You can let that control it. I let it control me. I'm not gonna lie. I let that shit control me.
Me too, bro.
I let that shit control the reason. Like, I would be like, all right, I don't even want to go to class because I can't. Like, there's no point. There's no fucking point of any of this, bro.
Yeah.
Because I don't like what. There's no meaning. I don't know what the meaning of this is. Like, what? I can never answer this question. So why should I even try? I even got to the point where I was like, I would rather die right now, and know for a fact. And I know, like, if I die, there's either gonna be nothing after, or I'm gonna go and speak to the Lord or to God or whatever. Well, I'm gonna find out what's in the afterlife, and that's when my questions will be answered. I even got to that point where I was like, I'd rather die than keep living this life confused like this.
Yeah.
And bro, that shit is scary, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is scary. And I've gotten to the point, I've spoken to a lot of people on this, bro, and like I've got, like, with my friends and my family, I'm just like, yo, like, I've had this problem and I'm done with this shit. Like, I can't do this anymore. And if you're letting that shit control you, bro, don't anymore, bro, because I know a lot of people go through that shit. Like, I was Googling shit like crazy. I'd be like, yo, like, what is this answer? I Googled what existential crisis is, and you can go to forums and people just talking about, like, this doesn't make any sense either. And people probably with similar ideas with me. And yo, that sometimes some people could let that shit swallow them up. And if you're at that point, bro, accept it, bro. That's all you can really do. Accept that you have questions and there's no way that you can get answers until the day that you die. And I mean, we're human beings. We're going to die regardless, right? So eventually you will get those answers. So just be patient and don't let it control you. Live your life and enjoy what you got, bro. Because that's all you can do. That's actually at the end of Logic's album. That's actually the quote I'm going to put at the end of this. But at the end of Logic's album, Neil deGrasse Tyson, that's his name, right? The science guy?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is, yeah. He speaks after, and like he's the guy playing God in that. And he says, so the guy's like, oh, so like, what advice can you give me? The Adam asked God, like, what advice can you give me now that you're about to send me back? And he's like, I'll quote it at the end of it, but
okay,
that'll be my mess moment. But so I guess that's a good time to go to the messy moment.
Messy moment. Messy moment. Messy moment.
A messy moment, ladies and gentlemen, is a time where we can reflect and just dive into ideas that we didn't necessarily get to dive into. It's just a great time where we just talk about the essential things. We talk about the podcast, and honestly, I loved this fucking podcast. This episode was fucking crazy, and it was fucking amazing. I'm gonna go first, Jay, if you don't mind. My messy moment in this episode was just truly diving into the mind and diving into thoughts that I've been thinking about for a little bit about, consciousness in the world and the universe and how we could be all connected, things like that. It was just a great time. It was a great time just sitting here with Jason and just diving into the mind and going left and right, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever came to our heads, we try to explain it in the best way we can. And I love that shit. Me and Jason do this all the time. We do this all the time. Just, together. We're always thinking and diving into shit. And for you guys to witness that was crazy. I love doing this. As much as I love having guests, I think me and Jason will never step away from just talking to each other on the mics. I love having guests. I love listening to people's stories, but I also love diving into the mind with one of my best friends. I think that's a definite greatness. What are you doing?
This is the quote I'm gonna do.
This man, bro. I'm over here trying to say something. The man, Logic's in the back. Nah, hurry up, go, bro.
What the hell? I just wanted to find out what part I was trying to quote, bro. All right. My messy moment.
Let me tight, bro. I'm over here talking about you, bro. Never mind, bro. It's not my messy moment no more, ladies and gentlemen. My messy moment was me talking. I'm not talking to Jason. He's ugly.
Anyway, my messy moment was just getting the chance to. I mean, it's not. Bro, just talking about consciousness and the vast, like, the expand. I don't even know what the word is to use, bro. Like, the amount of things you can connect back to this idea of consciousness, or the question of what is consciousness? Who are we? What are we doing here? Is there a point to all of this? The fact that it goes to religion, it goes to science, philosophy, it goes to like anything, bro. It connects back to anything because, I mean, it is us. It is what we are. And just like, bro, knowing that, and like, although sometimes, you can question shit and get all lost in shit and be confused and whatever, it doesn't matter, bro. At the end of the day,